Welcome back to one of my favorite videos that I do. This is the video where I actually show what I invested into last month. Then we go through an entirely new list of cards and products that I'm trying to invest into this month. So that way we are all actually investing and collecting together. I'm never going to tell you to buy something that I wouldn't actually buy myself. And we are going to do a little giveaway today. One for a subscriber and one for a member. So we're going to do two. All you have to do is make sure you subscribe. You got to hit that notification bell. You got to hit that like. And then you got to answer the question of the day. So for today's question, who is a better Pokemon? Blastoise or Venusaur? Comment down below to be entered into that giveaway, and I'll show you guys what we're going to be giving away here in a second. And I do have to announce the winner from last Sunday's giveaway, and that is at Alexander Leva. So to shoot me an email or hit me up on Instagram, I'll get those cards sent out to you. And we do have to give a big thanks to our video sponsor real quick, and that is Metatcg. I did all the research, and I found us the best possible website for you guys to sell your bulk or trade it in for some amazing cards. They got a first edition Rockets Mewtwo. We got the Crystal Guardians Charizard. We even got a first edition Dark Dragonite. They take Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Pokemon. All the cards do have to be near mint, but it is so easy to sell them your cards. You just click the Pokemon bulk submission. You fill out exactly how many cards you have. Put your info in. They even have a video showing you how to package everything. They streamline it all, and these guys are definitely goats in the hobby. So definitely check them out. I'll have all the links in the description. And then, of course, if you're going to grade through PSA for your first time, click my link and use the code BEARD25 at checkout, and you will basically get a free graded card. So definitely check that out. And the binder bound merch is still available. But all right, let's check out the giveaway cards, and let's see what I picked up last month. Then we'll go through that whole new list. All right, let's start off with the giveaway. So these cards will be for the subscriber. We got the King Gambit, Slitherwing, Surfing Pikachu VMAX, Surfing Pikachu V, the Pikachu Full Art, and the Japanese Tyranitar Art Rare. And this is for the member. We got the new Ambipom Illustration Rare, the new Mega Heracross EX Full Art, the Turtwig, and we have the Full Art Pikachu, the Surfing Pikachu VMAX, and the Surfing Pikachu V. So those are the giveaway cards. So now I'm going to show you what I picked up this month. I didn't get a ton of cards because I've been focusing so much on vending that I had to buy so many things to vend. But I got a ton of promos this last show. Someone gave me this Suicune GameStop card. Who's a fan. I really, really appreciate it. Such a beautiful card. I think it is like a $15, $20 card too. So like I said, I really appreciate that. We got some more Magnetons, sealed still. We got the Tornadus. These are just a couple dollar cards. We got the Teal Mask Ogerpon. We got a Lucario V-Star. We got the Mimikyu. We got two Bulbasaur box toppers from Mega Evolution. We got another Tornadus. We got an Eevee. Ends Reshiram Journey Together Stamp Promo. Magneton, Peturant, Mimikyu. And then I got three of the Chinese exclusives, the Chandelure, Skeldurge, and the Leafeon. These were all very, very cheap. I got them in like a little bundle lot to where I think I paid $30 for the Leafeon. And then I think I paid $10 each for these cards, which is not bad at all. And I did get one big card. I already have the Giratina V, but I got this for such a good deal. We did kind of like a partial trade thing to where he wanted a bunch of cards and he had like 6 of these. So he did not care at all, to where I think I got this card for like $350 all said and done, which not too bad in my opinion for sure. And now we're going to be checking out some sealed products. So I picked up a few more Trestle Festal booster boxes. I got these for $75 a box, which is not terrible for the market right now. Not too shabby. And then also, I don't know if I showed you guys this, but the Unlucky Collector, this is the person who makes Danny Phantom his binders, also made me some binders for my vending. So this is my Japanese binder here. We also got a modern binder and a vintage binder, and we got a $1 binder. So just some different things to spruce up the vending and, try to make yourself stand out a little bit. I also got a Prismatic Evolutions SPC. I also got this on trade. All said and done, I technically probably paid $150, and I was going to get this box to just sell it when I was vending, because normally I don't ever bring my own sealed products when I vend. I just sell the stuff that people want to sell to me. But I don't have a lot of these, so I figured I'd just keep it, and that price isn't terrible. Now for the big thing, we got the Mega Charizard UPC, and my Pokemon Center is not here yet. I had to record this video a day earlier. It should be here tomorrow, but this is nothing compared to this product right here. We got a sealed case of Phantasmal Flames booster boxes. Very, very excited. I'm going to be getting a sealed case of every new set that comes out. I worked out a deal to where I help them out, they help me out. So yeah, very excited. And I'm also going to still try to get my 4 loose booster boxes. I do have 2 Phantasmal Flames booster boxes on the way that I got both for MSRP, and 1 loose ETB, and then the Pokemon Center ETBs. But yeah, I'd love to have a sealed case of booster boxes plus the 4 additional loose ones, so I have some options so I don't have to open up my sealed case for a very, very, very long time till I'm like 80. So that is my goal. But yeah, this was everything that I picked up this month, and I almost forgot too, I got multiple statues. If you guys do not know what Sideshow is, Sideshow just released a life-size Pikachu statue and a beautiful Charizard statue. Sideshow is one of the best companies, in my opinion, that makes like premium high-end statues. And they even do payment plans to where they are 0 interest. So if you want a $500 statue, you can't really afford it right now, or you're going to have money in the next couple months, you can just do like a 5-month payment plan to where, you can do $80 a month or whatever, and you can get it paid off. So I ordered the Pikachu and the Charizard, and they're both going to be limited edition, so numbered. But you guys know I love the life-size stuff. And then I also had my statue guy commission 2 more life-size statues. I think I'm going to be getting a life-size Greninja and another life-size Evolution. We're also working on a Suicune, Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee. We're also going to see if a life-size Machamp is possible. So I'm going to be having a ton of new life-size statues being made. So that way when I come vend, because I'm going to be traveling for vending now, every show I can do, I could come up with, a couple new statues that people haven't seen before. Or if I go back to the same place, make sure to have some different stuff. So that way it's not the same. But all right, let's get to the new list of cards and products that I'm trying to invest into this month. All right, starting off with some singles. We have that new Oricorio EX promo. I'm going to be watching this thing like a hawk, especially if it gets down to like $10, $15. You got to think, we do not get very many special illustration rare promos, like at all. We got the Pink Mew, the Kingdra, Greninja. We do not get very many of these, so I am very excited. And also, this is done by Shinji Kanda. So this is going to be a promo that I'm going to be picking up a ton of these, as you guys seen. I love the promos. And even the new Mega Attack Rare Charizard, if that thing gets pretty cheap also, I'll definitely be scooping those up. But last sold for this one, we can get it shipped for about $22 right now. So I'm not buying this one yet. I'm just going to keep watching because it's going straight down. So hopefully, in the next couple weeks, especially when everybody opens them up and they're all over the market, they get even cheaper. Next, I'm still going to be picking up as many ETB promos as I can. You guys got to think, these regular ETB promos, this is a new thing in the Scarlet Violet era. All the other generations and eras before, we only got promos for specialty sets. So this is pretty new. But I'm going to be gambling pretty hard on these promos, especially when they're $1 or $2. You really cannot go wrong there. So anytime I see them or buy them at a card show or anything like that, I'm just going to keep them all and, get a big giant pile, which I already have. But I love the illustration rare promos because you got to think too, if you want to complete the master set, you need that promo. They're probably not going to want to spend crazy money on the Pokemon Center ones. So people will need these cheaper promos in the future. Next, the Chinese exclusives are getting cheap finally. So here's the Sylveon, last sold 67, 60, 55, 34. Another one here at 35, 50, 41, 49. This is from Gem Pack Volume 2, which has a few evolutions in it. And so far, we have not gotten any Chinese exclusives in English or Japanese. And as soon as that does happen, it's going to absolutely destroy the Chinese market. But I have a feeling we're not going to get any of these Chinese exclusives in English, just because they have so many already. It would take them a while to even get caught up. But still, we got the Leafeon here, 43, and 35, 70, 54, 36, 30. So very affordable. Even the Umbreon is much cheaper now, 137, 132, 125. This was a $225 card, so that is very good to see. I still need to get the Umbreon, and I still need a bunch of Chinese exclusives. I just want to start collecting them now before there is too many, and, it's just impossible to get caught up. Even that brand new Gengar that was selling for $300-$400, now selling for $120, $128, and another one at $125, and I have a feeling it'll get even cheaper. We got one here at $105. So I'm going to be watching all of these because they're all coming down in price right now. But I think the Eevee from Gem Pack Volume 2 is like $25-$30 now. That's a solid pickup for sure. And I also got to mention too, a ton of illustration rares and special illustration rares are coming down in price. I didn't even put them on the list. Same with promos. There's so many cards coming down. But I'm definitely going to be picking up a ton of illustration rares and special illustration rares very soon for my actual personal collection too. And then also, when they do get really cheap, we know which cards have the capability of going crazy again. And when those cards that have already spiked up multiple times get to their cheapest again, you guys have to buy them. You guys have to buy during the dip. I know a lot of people that are like, it'll get cheaper, it'll get cheaper. There's a chance it'll get cheaper, but there's also a very good chance this card goes back up in price again. So all the good cards that went absolutely crazy multiple times, and then they come back down and they're now at their cheapest, I'm going to be buying a ton of those cards. But all right, we're going to be jumping to some graded cards. I don't know if you guys knew this, but the non-textured trainer gallery cards are actually pretty tough to grade, and a lot of them are very beautiful and still affordable. So we have the Gardevoir Trainer Gallery from Silver Tempest. This was a $40, $50 card that went all the way up to $135, but it's coming down right now. Last sold $114. We got one at $77, and I have a feeling it'll get even a little bit cheaper right now. But yeah, there's only 607 of these in the world in a 10, and 1,066 in a 9. Same thing with the other Gardevoir from Astral Radiance, 220 in a 10, 450 in a 9. This card got up to $171, and now last sold $91. Like, if these cards all get back down to $50 to $90 in a PSA 10, and they're beautiful arts and they're actually pretty tough to grade, I think these are no-brainers. Same with the Milotic. Has a pop of 691 in a 10 and 1,123 in a 9. It's even 215 eights. This card got to 150 in a 10, and now last sold 125. And even like the Vaporeon, Flareon, and Jolteon trainer galleries from Brilliant Stars, I think this would be an awesome little trio to have in a PSA 10. There's only 1,540 10s for Vaporeon, 2,817 9s, 873 8s. This Vaporeon got to $300. Now last sold 210, 167. But I feel like if we can get these evolutions below 150 in a 10 or around 100, that is such a good buy. Here we got the Flareon, same thing, 1,123 in a 10, 2,593 in a 9. This card got to 350 in a 10. Now last sold 212. And we got another one here at 176. Next, the Jolteon. This got up to $310. There's 1,065 in a 10 and 2,100 in a 9. And last sold 190, another one at 250, and another one at 175. So these are some good cards that I think we should be watching right now. They also have the EV2. So I said get the trio in a 10. You probably should get the EV also. But this card actually has the lowest pop out of all of them. There's only 952 10s, but there's 2,497 9s and 1,014 8s. Even 205 7s. This got up to $450. Now last sold $180. So not too shabby at all. And also, the Crown Zenith Galarian Gallery non-texture cards are also pretty tough to grade. So here's the Pikachu. It has a pop of 3,295 in a 10 and 5,000 in a 9. This card got up to $300, coming down right now. Last sold $163, $175, $220. And then we have the Latias from Crown Zenith. Beautiful card. Has a pop of 1,539 in a 10, 2,800 in a 9. Got up to $250. Now last sold $200 and $137, which is from PSA. If you guys did not know, PSA has been having like a glitch in their system to where some cards are selling really cheap. Next, we have the Lapras, and I think this is the best Lapras card we've ever gotten. This got up to $255. Now last sold in a 10, $180. Same pop, 1,300 in a 10, 2,200 in a 9. And the Deoxys from Crown Zenith, non-textured card, same thing. Got up to $200. Now last sold $164. But I have a feeling these cards are going to come down in price even more. Like I said, to around $100 a card, and I think they're going to be awesome pickups. Even this Absol here. Absol's not the most popular Pokemon, but I have a feeling there's a lot of people that do enjoy Absol. It's only 521 10s, 769s. Got up to $121, and last sold is $90, and before that, $85. And it'll probably get down to $50, $60 card again. So yeah, whenever we get really beautiful cards with beautiful arts that everybody would like to collect, that are actually tough to grade, and especially if they're like the best card of that certain Pokemon, I think it's a no-brainer for sure. Next, we have the Phantasmal Flames Pokemon Center ETB. I absolutely love this ETB. The box art is crazy. And you guys know, Pokemon Center ETBs are basically the only thing that I'm okay with paying like over MSRP for, just because I know how tough they are to get. And, even myself, I miss these drops all the time. But last sold for this box, $190, $187, $177. But here's the thing, a lot of people haven't gotten this box yet, or they're just about to get this box in the next couple days. Like mine should be here tomorrow, like I mentioned before. So I have a feeling this box will get even a little bit cheaper, and it's already one of the cheapest Pokemon Center ETBs on the market, which is kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, I hope it gets down to like 150 or something like that. I'm definitely going to be buying a few. I just love the ETB so much, and especially Pokemon Center ETBs I'm just obsessed with. Next, we have the Mega Charizard UPC. So this was at $392 on release with a ton of sales. Now all last sold are right at $180. If this gets down to $150, which would be cheaper than the Terapagos UPC, this is right now is already the same price as the Terapagos UPC. That's not too bad. MSRP is technically $120, and it's just so tough to get this stuff right now to where if it is $150 or $140, I mean, that's pretty dang close to MSRP to where I'd even pick some up probably. Next, Celebrations. I'm actually working on buying this big collection from someone who has a ton of these Celebrations collection boxes, which are still somewhat affordable. I mean, a ton of them are still under $100 or finally getting close to $100, like the Sylveon box, the Charizard box. So I'm definitely going to be buying a ton of Celebration stuff. We got the 30th anniversary coming very, very soon. Even the Celebrations ETB, which is coming down in price right now, this might be your last chance to get it for a decent deal. It was at $252. Now last sold $229, $232. So yeah, it's completely leveled out already, and it's not even really dropping anymore. I had a feeling it was going to do that. All right, next. The Surging Sparks ETB is getting so close to MSRP. Now last sold $72. We got a ton of sales here in the mid 60s. So if you can find this for a good deal to where you're basically paying MSRP, Surging Sparks is a very, very solid set. And same with the Twilight Masquerade ETB. You know, everybody's been waiting for stuff to get close to MSRP, and we finally have a couple things. So you just actually have to buy it. But MSRP for regular ETBs is $49.99 plus tax. So we're so close. Next, the Brilliant Stars Pokemon Center ETB. A ton of the Sword and Shield Pokemon Center ETBs are coming down in price. But yeah, this got up to $190. Now last sold $158, $152, $150. So I really hope these get even cheaper again. I would love to just go crazy and buy a ton more Sword and Shield Pokemon Center ETBs one last time before they go wild. And last on the list, we have the Evolving Skies ETB. So this is at $380 or $390. And now last sold $365, $380, $370, $350 is probably the lowest. So holding very, very strong for sure. You guys know I love Evolving Skies, and I think these are a no-brainer, especially compared to the booster box and stuff. I still feel like these are pretty undervalued. And now they're, you know, $20, $30 cheaper than they were. We can get it shipped right now for $360. And I can't see it going down a lot more than that. Maybe like $340 or something like that. But like I said, they've completely leveled out here this last 2 weeks. But all right, that was today's video. If you guys could do me a massive favor and go follow my brand new Facebook and my new TikTok. Those are my two newest platforms that I'm trying to grow. I'd really appreciate that. I'm going to be posting a ton more short form content like I used to. If you guys did not know, when I first started my channel, you know, there's a lot of people who like celebrate they did one short a day for 365 days. I did 5 or 10 shorts a day for a year and a half. I have more videos on my YouTube than any other PokeTuber that I've seen, you know, more than PokeRev, more than Leonhardt, and I've only been on YouTube for like 2.5 years. So I'm going to be posting a ton more short form content at least once a day. And then, of course, if you guys enjoy the content and want to be entered into that giveaway, please make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like, and you got to leave that comment and answer the question of the day. And then if you guys want to support more, you know, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, my PSA link, the merch, you guys know what to do. You guys are the best. And I'm thinking about doing a giveaway on my next Throwback Thursday. Just a little appreciation for all the people that have stuck with me on my Throwback Thursday. I know they don't get the most views, but it's one of my favorite videos to do because I love when people learn about new cards. So I think we're going to do some giveaways on that video. And then if you guys want to watch my last Falling Friday, which was a must watch, click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.